Hello, I'm Rob Palk, and this is my first novel. It's called Animal Lovers. It's a story, as you can see, about divorce, mortality, and badgers, and I'm going to read you the first chapter. Let's start with her leaving, with Marie, my wife of 4 months and girlfriend of 4 years, dashing round our little flat, shoving her clothes in a case. She had a look of regretful but necessary purpose, as though she were packing for a lengthy stay in hospital, scooping up armfuls of clothes, letting stray items fall upon the floor. I was lying on the double bed, shifting occasionally to check my phone, pretending to read a book. It was difficult. I didn't want to seem aloof, unconcerned, glad for her to go. But if I plunged into the business of bargaining, of pleas, I'd have dignified something I'd much rather not take seriously. She was leaving, she said, for the badgers. She was off to the woods to protest against the badger cull. You're being ridiculous, I said. This didn't seem quite the right tone. She was struggling with an especially recalcitrant blue dress, and when she stopped to look at me, it was like she had a new face, a face I didn't know. There was no love in this face. Fondness, true, and the sort of camaraderie you might find among hostages, but nothing close to love. You're obviously not going to leave. You love me. We only got married a few months ago, remember? We had cake. All your friends came. Why don't you go and have a run, come back, and we could talk. I could hear myself sounding pompous, stiff, Gladstone addressing the Queen. A run, though, a run would set her all straight. The wind in her hair, the marshes under her feet, the wonders of nature in her bones, and all this talk about badgers would be done, and she'd come back, sweaty and exhausted, and be Marie again. I didn't resent the badgers. I liked her having found something she loved. I just didn't see why it meant she had to stop loving me. I'm sorry, she said. Her voice didn't sound like her own. It was metallic, unnatural, steel-lined, as though she were speaking down into a thermos. I don't know, it's a calling. I need to feel I'm doing something. I can't stand by and watch this cull just happen. You've stood by enough other stuff. We both have. We both stood by and watched Syria or homelessness or I tried hard to think of something weighty. Listen, I need you to look after me. I'm still not out of the woods. Oh, you're well on your way, she said, in her old friendly voice. There was a smile there too. Panic started to form in me at how I would miss that smile. I'm not in the clear yet. Look, don't go. I'm going. I followed her through to the front room. For badgers. Badgers! They don't need you like I do. They aren't even fucking sentient, Marie. They are, she said softly. Sentient has a dictionary definition. They just are. Sentient. Factually. Jumped up fucking weasels is what they are. Please don't go. There's no point getting angry, she said, as though I was standing selfish in the path of the inevitable. Goodbye, Stu. She was going then. This was really it. 4 months of marriage and I'd been displaced by another species. I wish I hadn't told her to choose between me and the badgers. I couldn't even challenge one to a fight. Instead, I had to make her realise that the cull was unimportant, that what really mattered was me. Not me. Us. The essential unit, us. Do you want to go back to bed? She ignored this, stepped across the floor and kissed my cheek, whispered, be well, like a faith healer, knelt to ruffle the cat, flicked a few stray hairs behind her ears and vanished from the room. She didn't even slam the door. Don't go, I said again, but she wasn't there to hear it. There were fierce winds outside and I didn't know what to do next. I went into the front room, which was far too full of plants, and I sat down on the sofa to wait for her return. And if you want to know what happens next, Animal Lovers is available in all good bookshops.